Welcome back, guys. Here is a lovely anti-Valentine's Day set. So there isn't much in January to really celebrate except the month itself. So I think I'm going to do a set like that. But nearing Valentine's Day, I figured I would kind of pay homage to all the single or jaded ladies and gentlemen out there, people who aren't really ready to celebrate Valentine's Day. So this is a Love Sucks all acrylic design. I use Wonder Woman purple and Wonder Woman green from Enail Couture. And of course, I use the cotton candy scented monomer. Here is my amazing practice hand. She is making an appearance for the first time. I have yet to really name her. I think I was going to name her Alice, actually. Yeah, because my mom calls me Alice. She says, this isn't Wonderland, Alice. Whatever. That's what my mom says. Or she will say, like, you're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. So I figured I would name my hand Alice. So here is my polygel brush. This is not a 3D brush. I have yet to buy a 3D acrylic brush. So I just, I use my gel brush and it works great. I don't really have any issues with it. And when I do my 3D artwork and I'm wanting to kind of make lines or a longer design, I pick up a small bead of the acrylic and I drain it out a little bit by putting down the back of my brush onto a paper towel with the acrylic bead, on the top of the brush. So then the paper towel pulls down the monomer from the brush. And then when I take that little acrylic bead to the nail, I spread it out while it's still wet. I don't just lay down the bead and then wait until it's ready to mold. It's so much easier for me, being new at 3D acrylic designs, to just spread the bead initially right away where I want it to go. And then once it's starting to set and I can kind of mold it, it's already in all the area that I really want it to be. That doesn't count for flowers. I don't do it that way with flowers. I'm just talking about this design here where I'm doing long lines. So when I do long lines, that's what I do. I use that acrylic bead. As soon as I put it on the nail, I spread it the length of that line that I want and then wait to mold it. So you see where from the center of the nail all the way to the edge, I lay the acrylic wet all along that area. And then I touch it until I'm sure it's ready to mold. And then I start to mold it. It helps me with long lines as far as acrylic goes. So you're going to see me do a couple of these lines and then I'm going to move on to the next nail because it gets very repetitive. And I think there's probably about 10 or 12 lines just on this nail. So you see me spreading it out the length of the nail that I want it to be. And then I start to touch it and mold it. So I don't have to try to stretch it once it's starting to dry. I don't think I work fast enough to be able to do that. If you're a more experienced 3D acrylic doer, what do you say? A more experienced 3D acrylic doer, you might be able to do that, but I'm not that experienced. I don't know how experienced people would do it. I have not Googled or, YouTube 3D acrylic. I've seen Kirsty Meakin do it, but I didn't go back and kind of study those videos. I only seen them on the fly. So I don't know. Here I am doing a 3D heart in the Wonder Woman purple. This actually has shimmer to it, and I wish you could see it, but you can't. And then, I messed this up. I wasn't really able to get it into a heart shape with a brush as fast as I needed to. So then while it was still able to move a little bit, I used the end of my tweezers to force it into the shape that I wanted. And it worked. It worked great, actually. I mean, I was just running out of time. And if it came down to it and I was not able to get it into the shape, I was just going to scrape it off of the nail and try again. You know, you're never stuck with what you do with acrylic. You can wipe it off after a certain amount of time. Of course, you're not going to be able to get it off if it's been there for 5 minutes. But if it's within that first 2 minutes, you can get it off the nail. The underneath is not cured all the way yet. Oh my gosh, this acrylic was great to work with. Again, I've only been doing nails for about a year, and I've only been playing with acrylic for about 3 or 4 months. So sometimes I struggle with acrylic, and especially with colors. When you know that you're supposed to be laying the colored acrylic really thin and capping in clear for the strength, sometimes with acrylic, I struggle to get it thin in 1 bead or 2. Sometimes I just have to do it in a lot of beads because it dries on me or it's just not working well. But this acrylic, that green nail in the middle, I was able to lay that in 2 beads, and it's not lumpy. It's not, crazy looking. It's not thick. I literally was able to work with that bead of acrylic and pull it down over half the nail, and it's still really thin. And it didn't dry up on me or get pasty or, I didn't struggle with this acrylic. I didn't struggle with the purple. I didn't struggle with the green. I was able to, put the bead at the top of the nail and just keep dragging down and patting and pressing and pulling and pushing until it was as thin as it could get. And I got it over half the nail. So I was really proud of that. I was really happy to work with good acrylic. It was amazing. You see me here. I'm just patting and pressing and getting this in all the areas that I want it to be. And I'm still able, I don't know if you guys have ever worked with acrylic and struggled with it, and you think that it's all you. Well, working with acrylic before and working with colored acrylic, I knew sometimes that it was the acrylic that was drying too fast and that, anybody would probably have struggled. But then also, sometimes I thought, it was me and my lack of experience. This acrylic here did not make me feel bad about myself whatsoever. I was able to really lay these designs easily. It worked like butter. So, super excited. Now, when I did the heart, and I put the green around it, I made sure that I patted and pressed really firmly because I did not want any air bubbles up under there. For when I went to file, I didn't want, any little craters to show once I got down in there. If the acrylic wasn't all the way around that heart, then I could end up with a little air pocket and file into it. So that's why I was patting and pressing. And then here, I'm doing a slime design, I guess. It's the only thing I can kind of think of to call this, just like slime dripping down the nail. So I kind of use the same technique that I did with my hypnotic design on that pinky. What do you call that? Do you guys know? What would I call that? It reminds me of those hypnotic cartoons where they try to hypnotize somebody and they're looking at that little clock and then all of a sudden you see the spirals. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So here is just, the slime technique and design. And then after this, I'll go over it with that shimmery Wonder Woman purple. And then, I'm going to cap, and then you'll see me come in with gel polish stitching. So that's about the idea of it, I guess. Are you guys ready for Valentine's Day? I am not. It's not my holiday. If I could just have Christmas again, I would be excited, but no Christmas. Only once a year. They say no more. So I think I'm going to get off of here. I think I've given you guys a couple good pointers. I know that I'm not the best at doing tutorials, and, it's hard to find the words as you're doing these things, I guess. But I will be seeing you guys soon. I have another giveaway in the next video. Yeah, so I'll be doing the Young Nails caption polish giveaway, and I'm going to do a little nail design with that for Valentine's Day. So stay tuned, get excited. Yeah. I'm out. There's nothing else to say. I don't know. I feel like I have to say something else, but I'm not sure. Was there something else? I need you guys to start helping me. I need some help. But all right. I think I'm going to go. Have a great day, guys. And tell me what you thought. If you would like to do a design like this, or, would you have done it in just gel polish? How would you have done it? All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Not sure what I expected. To think you wouldn't be so reckless. I keep on pretending I know we better end it. I said it more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Nothing more to say, let's just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Not sure what I expected. To think you wouldn't be so reckless. I keep on pretending I know we better end it. I said it more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Nothing more to say, let's just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic, babe. Yeah, yeah. It's toxic, babe. You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic, babe. Yeah, yeah. It's toxic, babe. You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Not sure what I expected. To think you wouldn't be so reckless. I keep on pretending, I know we better end it. I said it more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Nothing more to say, let's just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic, babe. Yeah, yeah. It's toxic, babe. You take